Are you sick of spawning behind everybody else with seemingly no place to go? Do you always seem to get headshot trying to make your way from this spawn to the other side of the river? You're not alone. Don't despair though, I'm All Fun and James Zero and this is the video for you. Just like that grotty little nightclub in your hometown, no matter what you do, you always seem to end up here. Unfortunately, the shit spawn doesn't have two for Tuesdays, just a wall of PMCs between you and the good loot. You've probably noticed that the video is only 3 times longer than you last in bed, so you might be thinking there's not much to it, and you'd be right. The advice is fairly straightforward and quite simple. Essentially, you want to get into the storage area as quick as possible and out of the starting spawn. This area has a lot of different paths and cover, so it gives you a lot of freedom in what you want to do. If you go up the long road or through the trailer park, you risk walking directly into a choke point through a fairly open area. Instead, by going through the storage unit area, you give yourself options. Namely, hide like a little pussy, or put on your big boy pants and try rushing the other spawns.
Ooh, good damn.
Okay, so here we have it, the Big Red side of customs. This is Big Red for the point of reference. And all of the arrows that you can see here, this one, this one, this one, this one, blah, 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 all of them, they are the spawn points or the potential spawn points because not every spawn point is used. And it is good to know that more often than not, if you spawn here, the spawns adjacent to you will be empty in most situations. So if you spawn there, this one is likely to be empty. If you spawn here, then this one is likely to be empty and vice versa. As you can see, these spawns down the right here are all by the river, so for the most part they are pretty safe, and if you get those spawns you really want to be rushing over the river straight away, you know, going to somewhere like Meth Library down here or over to dorms up there. That's a really bad arrow. So we're not really going to be discussing those spawns because they're quite self-explanatory. The main one that really we're going to focus on, because it is really epitomizes the issues with spawns here, is this one. Because as you can see, if you spawn here, you have a whole line or wall of potential PMCs blocking you. So people, you know, these two are adjacent, so it's not likely that they will have people in them if somebody has spawned there or if you have spawned here on Trailer Park. But the rest are a possibility. And that causes a bit of a problem because obviously you have to get through them to get to about 80% of the map, and of course to get to your extract. So what do you do? Well, intuitively people tend to go through the roads here and here. Now this one is quite obvious why it is bad, because after this point there is no cover. So if somebody is here, it is very easy for them to shoot you as you approach because they have already spawned there, or they will have reached there quite quickly from this point perhaps, and they will see you approaching along this open stretch of road and they will probably shoot you and you will probably die. So instead people sometimes go through this way. Now right here on this cross is a choke point. This is a small gate, this is a small gate, this is a small gate, and this is a small gate. The person that spawns here can quite easily run and jump up onto the wall here, or they can simply just hold on the train tracks, or they can play around here holding these entrances. And that means that they will be in position ready for you far sooner than you reach them, which gives them the defender's advantage. Similarly, if you try to jump over the wall and cross into Big Red, they can just go through here and catch you while you're moving out in the open. So moving through that way is quite disadvantageous for you if you start in the trailer park spawn. So instead what I recommend, and it really is dead simple, you've already seen it in the footage before, is just going into the storage area. And for the simple reason of, it gives you a shitload of options. You can push up here and try and take a fight with the person who spawns there. You can go through the middle and try and catch the person who spawns here off guard. You can try and take the fight into Big Red. Or you can skirt around, go for the sneaky escape just to get over to the river quickly, because like I said, the person who spawns here has probably already run across, so you probably have a clear route up that way. Just be aware, of course, of people coming from behind you. So it really is that simple. You go into the storage area and you can either hide in one of these many little rooms here. There's loads of vehicles and containers and walls to hide behind, and basically it just puts you on a more even footing if you do have to take a fight. Or alternatively, there's a lot of places that you can just hide in that people tend not to look around because the loot in there is okay, but it's not really that good. So most people will be going for Big Red or just going straight over the river to the main areas of loot. So there, I hope that was useful to you, and if it was, please consider liking and subscribing. Well, yep, someone's pushed us.
Where?
Like they're in the corner of storage, like closest to the bridge. Oh, did I?
It's dead.
Lol.